Hi, my name is Saveliy Lenivin. I'm the co-founder of Oqtacore, a software development company. In this video, I'm going to tell you what kind of team you will need to build a successful MVP. Let me say right away that one person or two can build an MVP. However, we are looking at an ideal team that would not only help you secure major investments for a product, but also save you time, emotions, minimize errors, and ensure easy scaling later. Let's have a look at a specific example. Assuming you want to launch a startup business, a web psychological freelance platform that brings together psychologists and clients. On this platform, they can call up each other, chat, schedule appointments, and so on. So for me, an ideal team that would build a successful MVP for the startup consists of: the first person in the team is you, the founder. You gave birth to an idea. You've lived it. You know which problems you are solving for your clients. Often, you are even your own target audience. For example, you used to visit and work with a psychologist in person, and then you want to move everything online. You're that person who feels the whole concept of your future product. You understand how important this or that function is. A piece of your soul and ideology will be in this project. The project will first and foremost personify your ideas. You're a creative person, but your thoughts will need to be straightened out and your team needs to be managed. Therefore, the second important person in the team is the systems PM, project manager. His job is to manage all processes involving CTOs, software developers, designers, QA testers, and other team members. In addition, the PM shouldn't distract you with routine tasks. He is like your right hand in a project. The systems PM ensures that the app is released on schedule. He has a big responsibility. He is the one that keeps in touch with you 24 hours per 7 days throughout the project implementation. With him, you can discuss ideas, talk about what can be changed, what to add, and etc. The system PM is one that organizes your ideas and passes them on the design and the development team. The next important person is the CTO. This is someone who draws a complete and correct architecture for the app. He shows you the best technical way to implement what you want. To understand the importance of the CTO, let me give you a brief case. We received a client who had invested $3 million and 1.5 years with another team that was developing the platform. But at the end of the day, the app wasn't working as intended. So our team had to rewrite everything from scratch. The situation occurred because the developers initially came up with their own architecture that was not able to deal with the necessary tasks. Someday I'll make a separate video for this story. So if you would be interested to watch the video, subscribe to our channel and like it. The right CTO would write robust terms of reference that would give the entire team, including the coders, for the entire project life. He must also ensure that the terms of reference are strictly followed. Like the PM, the CTO must be present at all calls with the founder to ensure maximum involvement and possibility of quickly making change to what the developers are doing. The founder teams up with the CTO and PM to create the primary wireframe for the app in the Sketch or in any other program in order to connect another team member. The fourth person is of course the designer. He is the one who can turn semantic elements and gray schemes into a beautiful UI design that you would gladly look at. All colors and styles should reflect the required atmosphere for the target audience. Apart from the UI part, it's very important that the designer has the skill to build user-friendly UX interfaces. Beauty alone is not enough. Users want to be taken care of. They want to factor in the size of their mobile or web screen. They want the buttons to be conveniently arranged and the clear functionality in the right place. A convenient UX is also very important because we are now used to Uber, Instagram, WhatsApp, Zoom, etc. Users now have an idea of what a convenient app is. So they want to use the same in-app navigation they have seen before. So the designer must make room for that. The next important person is the software developer, sometimes called the programmer or coder. It could be one or more people depending on the time and money required to build an MVP. There are many different kinds of developers. The CTO is the one that should handle the process of selecting software developers, so that he could test their skills and ensure that they know the technologies you need. Developers are worker bees who write code. It's very important to give your developers clear terms of reference written by the CTO. This is to ensure your developers don't deviate from what you want or do whatever they want. From our experience, a developer is the ideal unit for performing given tasks. Wrong terms of reference would multiply your costs and increase development time for your MVP by 2, 3 or 5 times. We regularly help other teams who have their own developers that can't do what is needed. The simple fact is that they don't have a good CTO who would facilitate the work of the founder and developers, someone that would become an understanding guide between them. Therefore, think of software developers as robots who work based on a pre-written document to relieve yourself of stress and subsequent problems. The next team member is the QA tester. He comes into action if the project lasts longer than 2 months. Many people underestimated the important role played by this person because he works only after the MVP has been built. The QA tester is the person that checks the functionality of the app for you. Like a real user, he presses all the buttons, checks the performance of all the features. If he finds bugs, he informs the developers who would then fix them. After that, the QA tester would test the entire service again. Many people wonder why they need a QA tester if they themselves can test all the functionality in an app. If there are only 2 buttons, then yes, you can do testing by yourself. But imagine that in a small app there may be 1000 tests to be conducted. 1000 use cases. You may ask, why are there so many use cases for your functionality? Just multiply the number of different keystroke sequences by different screen resolutions, 10 cases, then multiply by different operating systems, 5 or 7 cases, multiply by different browsers, 7 or 9 cases, and etc. These tests can take you 24 hours per 7 days. So why waste your time on this? As a founder, you should engage in startup development, not tests. Testers can also help you reduce the cost you spend on software developers, because the difference between the cost of work of a QA tester and a developer can reach 3 or 5 times, and someone will still have to test the service. Testing all the functionality often saves startup owners from the awkwardness of an unexpected app crash when presenting their app to investors or potential target audiences. So, I've now described an ideal team you need to build a successful MVP. It is made up of the founder, the PM, the CTO, the UI/UX designers, software developers, and QA testers. Many would wonder, why such a large team when we are talking about building just an MVP? The point is, when you're building a project that you so much believe in and you think it will grow to become a next unicorn, then it's better to have a solid team at the MVP stage. For those who don't want to assemble such a team bit by bit, because it's very hard and expensive, find a close-knit outsourced team. And always remember that your team are superheroes who will help you tackle any situation. We will be making more interesting videos. In the comments below, feel free to write the topics you're interested in or put down any questions you may have. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Remember, you may be the creator of the next unicorn. Good luck!